following last year's Hamas attack on Israel, according to a report by the Anti-Defamation League. The ADL recorded over 10,000 incidents from October 2023 to September 2024, marking a more than 200% increase from the previous year. This represents the highest number since the ADL began tracking incidents in 1979. And now taking a quick look at the weather here. It's currently 17 degrees Celsius. Scattered showers will continue throughout the day under cloudy skies. And that will have to do it for this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to BEFM, 부산영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM, 부산영어방송.
Coming up next is Midday Mate with Nick Greenwood. BEFM, 부산영어방송.
People have created borders for centuries to help organize the world, separate countries, and define continents. This is how we explain the globe and define geopolitical concepts. When it comes to travel, borders are pretty important. We must cross them to reach other countries and often meet certain specifications to pass through the border. Luckily, most borders are clear-cut, so they're easy to navigate. However, some borders are complicated, tense, and rather bizarre. So today, we're going to be talking about the unique borders in the world. It's Monday, October the 7th, 2024. This is Midday Mate. Let's go.
Yo, brother A to Z.
Yo, what's up, B?
Yo, what time is it?
Haha. It's laundry day. Well, let the geek in the pink take a stab at it. If you like the way I'm thinking, baby, wink at it. I may be skinny at times, but I'm fat full of rhymes. Pass me the mic and I'm gonna grab at it. Well, isn't it delicious, crazy way that I'm kissing this, baby? Listen to this, don't wanna miss it while I'm sitting. Sometimes you gotta fit in to get in, but don't ever quit, cause soon I'm gonna let you in. Well, see, I don't care what you might think about me. You get by without me if you want. Well, I could be the one to take you home. Baby, we could rock the night alone. If we never get down, it wouldn't be a letdown. But sugar, don't forget what you already know, that I could be the one to turn you out. We could be the talk across the town. Don't judge it by the color, confuse it for another. You might regret what you let slip away, like the geek in the pink. Well, like the geek in the pink. Relationship fight, I don't mean to bother nobody, but Cupid's automatic must have fired multiple shots at her, because she fall in love too often, that's what's the matter. At least I'm talking about I keep my pattern of flattery. And she was staring through the door frame and eyeing me down like already a bad boyfriend. Well, she can get her toys out of the drawer then, cause I ain't coming home, I don't need that attention. See, I don't care what she might think about me. She'll get by without me if she won't. Well, I could be the one to take her home. Baby, we could rock the night alone. If we never get down, it wouldn't be a letdown. But sugar, don't forget what you already know, that I could be the one to turn you out. We could be the talk across the town. Don't judge it by the color, confuse it for another. You might regret what you let slip away. Hey baby, look at me go, from zero to hero. You better take it from a geek like me. Well, I can save you from unoriginal dum-dums who wouldn't care if you complete them or not. So what, I got a short attention span, a coke in my hand, because I'd rather have the afternoon, relax and understand. My hip-hop and flip-flops, well, it don't stop at the light rock. My shot to mock you kinda puts me in the tight spot. The hype is nothing more than hoo-ha, so I'm developing the language and I'm calling it my own. So take a peek into the speaker and you'll see what I mean. That on the other side the grass is greener. I don't care what you might think about me. You get by without me if you want. I could be the one to take you home. Baby, we could rock the night alone. If we never get down, it wouldn't be a letdown. But sugar, don't forget what you already know, that I could be the one to turn you out. We could be the talk across the town. Don't judge it by the color, confuse it for another. You might regret what you let slip away, like the geek in the pink. Well, I'm the geek in the pink, yo. Geek is a colorful flower. I'm the geek in the pink. So I'm the geek, yo. In the pink, yo. Geek is a colorful flower. I'm the geek in the pink.
That was Geek in the Pink by Jason Mraz, our opening song for Midday Mate. Hello, everybody. You a fan of Jason Mraz? Haven't heard any of his songs in a little while. I know he's still active. I know he still tours around the world. But this song is fairly unfamiliar to me, so I quite enjoyed it. And it seems some of our listeners enjoyed it as well. You are live in the studio in Busan on this Monday afternoon. I must say, a little bit of a gloomy Monday, a drizzly Monday, but nonetheless, it's a Monday, and I'm here to hopefully make it a little bit better for you. You're listening to Midday Mate on BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM in the Gijang, Dongguan and Noksan areas. I am your host, Nick, and it is Monday. I know I've said this like 5 times now, but I hope you're having a good day so far. Lots of love coming in on YouTube Live. Hello, Soinim, saying 주말 잘 보내셨나요? I did. I had quite a nice weekend, even though the weather on Sunday was a little bit bad. But there are lots of festivals going on in Busan right now, so I checked out a couple. I even went to to BIF. I didn't see a movie. I just kind of checked out the area, and then I went to the BIF was cool. Lots of stuff going on. But then right next to the BIF, there is a webtoon 축제 있었거든요. And it was so much fun. I don't read webtoons myself. I have in the past. I often forget that. 맛있는 거 드실 건가요? Or have you eaten something already? What are you planning to eat for lunch if you are going to have lunch now? For me personally, I think 12 o'clock is too early for lunch. It's just what I'm used to. I'm used to eating it after 1 o'clock-ish. I think in England it's about 1 o'clock, but the earlier the better for a lot of people, right? 라디오는 내 친구님, or 진리님, saying, Hi Nick and mates, welcome to the show. 어머날님 saying, 가을비가 내리는 마음이 차분해지는 월요일입니다. That's a better way of saying it. Yeah, maybe I'm too negative. I said it was gloomy and drizzly. That's a nicer way to say it. Kind of calms my spirit, calms my heart. That's a good way to put the Monday. Benny Nim, welcome to the show. Happy Monday. Love to see you. Mioxelayinim, welcome to the show. Sending a beautiful picture of some orange clouds. It looks like a sunset. Saying, Hi Nick, happy Monday. How was your weekend? I had a great one. I met people from different countries, had some amazing Mexican food, and went on a long walk. Now that sounds incredible. And looking at the picture you sent me, the sky is burning orange. That looks amazing. And Mexican food to top that off. Beautiful. I was going to say, if anyone's not watching, I did the Italian chef's kiss, right? Bellissimo. Delicious. I'm glad you had a good weekend, and thank you for letting me know what you did. I'm going to let you know what's coming up in this show. In hour number 1, we have Listomania, and this is where we introduce various kinds of list. And as I mentioned in the earlier part, in the introduction, we're talking about unique borders in the world. Now, when you think of a unique border, probably what nations with a theme, and Kimberly comes in to give us a topic to chit-chat about, have a bit of light-hearted conversation. Don't Make a Scene is after that. We introduce useful English expressions after listening to a short clip. Last week we did About Time, the romantic sci-fi movie. This week we got a new one. So if you want to know what it is, don't go anywhere in the second half. Don't Make a Scene will be coming your way. And then ending off the show will be Change Up, introducing a sentence and then changing it into various forms to expand the way we can speak, expand the way we say things with new vocabulary. And of course, I'll be checking your messages throughout the show. Today's question of the day, if you wanted a reason to message in, just answer this question. Question of the day, which two countries do you wish the borders would disappear? Now, this might be a straightforward answer for some people, but remember, it doesn't have to be like north or south. It can be any two countries that you wish were just connected, that you could easily cross over. 국경이 사라졌으면 하는 두 나라는 어디인가요? 오늘의 질문입니다. Which two countries would you like the borders to disappear from? And this is a hypothetical scenario, assuming that once the borders were disappeared, there would be no economical downfall, there wouldn't be a sudden surge. We're assuming it would still be peaceful, okay, just for this hypothetical. You can send in your answers to pound 9050, 샵 9050, to cost you 101. A Kakao Talk message, just search for BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. You can add us, send us messages for free. You can also download the smartphone app. Once again, just search for BEFM or 부산영어방송. Or even better, go onto YouTube Live and you can see me and you can also talk with the wonderful fellows and mates that are on the chat. It's a lot of fun, so come and get involved. We're going to take a song break, and then we'll be back with Listomania. This is Arthur's Theme, The Best That You Can Do by Christopher Cross.
Once in your life, you find her, someone who turns your heart around, and next thing you know, you're closing down the town. Wake
That was Arthur's theme, Best That You Can Do by Christopher Cross. Welcome back, everybody, to Midday Mate. It is 12:20 in the afternoon on a Monday. Hope you're having a wonderful time so far. I asked some people what they're having for lunch because it is lunchtime. 어몬날님 saying, I'm having 찻죽. Now, I was kind of unfamiliar with 찻죽, so I did a little bit of research, and it's like a nut kind of porridge. Saying, 저 오늘 가볍게 찻죽 먹고 있습니다. 라고 하셨는데요. And it seems people like it because 진리님 says 찻죽 너무너무 맛있겠다. I've never had it. I looked at the picture. It looks more like a dessert. Is it like a dessert? Or is it something that you eat for a full meal? I've never had it. I'm going to have to try it before I make my judgments. But still, I hope you're enjoying that as well. And they said it's 고소해요. So I can kind of imagine it, I think. I can kind of imagine it. And I asked you a question. I asked you, what border would you wish would disappear in the world? And Omonalnim said, I wish the border between North and South Korea would disappear so I could travel to Russia by train or on foot. Right. I guess Korea, geographically is a peninsula, but because of the North border, it's basically like an island. We're locked out of traveling anywhere without boat or aeroplane. But if the border was unlocked or disappeared, we could go to Russia and China and then to Europe as well. One of my dreams was to do the Trans-Siberian Express. Starting in China, I think, and then going through Russia to Europe. It looks amazing, but, the world right now is just not allowing it. So hopefully things will get better in the future. So 찻죽 is pine nut porridge. That sounds pretty good. I've never heard of eating pine nuts before, but it sounds good. It sounds good. Benny Nim saying, I think Portugal and Spain, because I would like to see the borders to be open to form one and introduce their dishes to both borders. I've never had Portuguese food, I don't think. I've had a lot of Spanish food, tapas, paella, Spanish food is great, and Mediterranean food is great, and I've never tried Portuguese food, but I'm sure it's delicious. I'm sure if they joined together and people could freely travel, they could, share their cultures quite well. Interesting choice. I like that. Well, today's Listomania is about unique borders in the world. There are lots of borders, with Korea's border being one of the most famous. In the past, there was East and West Germany, and that border fell. So we're going to be talking about ones in the world right now. And starting off the list is the Victoria Falls, separating Zambia and Zimbabwe. It's also known as the Smoke That Thunders. So there's a border between Zambia and Zimbabwe on the Zambezi River. Among the world's largest waterfalls, it brings in lots of tourists from across the world. So it's a huge waterfall, cascades from more than 100 meters, and it creates a mist and offers lots of activities like bungee jumping, rafting, and lots more. It's a must-visit natural wonder. I wonder if it's kind of like the Niagara Falls between Canada and the US. If you're looking on YouTube Live, there is a picture of this fantastic, wondrous beauty. I would like to visit. It looks like somewhere. I don't think I would bungee jump, but I would appreciate the views from a distance, I think. Next up on the list, we have Bur Tawil. Now, this is between Egypt and Sudan. It's also known as the Bur Tawil Triangle, and it's an area enclosed by Egypt due to North and Sudan to the west, and to the south and east as well. Despite its four corners, this land is often overlooked by both countries due to its lack of challenging terrain and resources. So as a result, no one claims ownership of this territory. In a historical border drawing process involving the UK and Egypt, Bur Tawil was introduced in the first border, but omitted in the second. Interestingly, travelers have playfully planted flags in this undesirable region, asserting it as their own. We've also got next on the list Haskell Library and Opera House, and this separates the United States and Canada. The Quebec-Vermont, Canada and United States border is unique due to the international placement of the Haskell Free Library and Opera House. It was deliberately built on the border to offer cultural and intellectual enrichment to both sides. The library's entrance is in the United States, but all its books are in Canada. Performers are in Canada while the audience are stationed in the US, and the reading room is international territory, so that's pretty cool. You go into this building in America, and as you walk in, you're in Canada. Next on the list we have Hotel Arbès, and this separates France and Switzerland. It's an extraordinary establishment positioned on the border of France and Switzerland. Now, the hotel is uniquely divided, as one half is in Switzerland, while the other is in France. Kind of a similar situation to the Haskell Library of the US and Canada. Now, this distinctive setup enables guests to seamlessly explore both countries without leaving the hotel's confines. The hotel's exceptional border location caters to travelers seeking a memorable and distinctive experience. Next up, I'm going to mispronounce this, but I'll try. The Iguazu Falls in Argentina and Brazil. I love how waterfalls separate so many countries, and if you're looking on YouTube Live, it looks phenomenal. The Iguazu Falls. Now, there are 270-ish waterfalls on the Iguazu River. It's famed for its stunning beauty. And it straddles the border of Brazil and Argentina, with the Devil's Throat being the most famous waterfall, which is 82 meters high and 150 meters wide in a U-shaped chasm. The falls are surrounded by lush subtropical rainforests, attracting both adventure seekers and nature enthusiasts. Tourists can view the falls from various points on both the Argentinian and Brazilian sides. They can take boat trips and also stroll along the pathways on the Argentinian side for the panoramic views. Next up, this will be a familiar one. The Korean DMZ, or Demilitarized Zone, separating North and South Korea. The Korean Demilitarized Zone, it's a narrow strip near the 38th parallel, north, that separates North and South Korea. Established at the end of the Korean War in 1953, it's a neutral zone stretching approximately 240 kilometers across the entire peninsula. Now, despite its demilitarized status, it's an unusual and poignant border because, the war never officially ended, and it's just a ceasefire persisting to this day. Has anyone ever been to the DMZ? Maybe those of you who live in Seoul, maybe you've been there. I've never been there. My parents have been there. They visited it as tourists. I've never been. I do want to go. A little bit nervous if I do go. I think it'll be quite surreal. But of course, the Korean DMZ, one of the most famous borders in the world. And next on our list, we have San Diego, Tijuana, the United States, and Mexico. This is also hot topics, of course, with the US elections coming up. The candidates of both sides are talking about this hot topic issue on border control and issues like that. Now, the San Diego-Tijuana region straddles the US-Mexico border. It's a prominent binational metropolis with actually nearly 5 million residents in 2012, making it the largest cross-border area. While the border has checkpoints and fences like any international boundary, what distinguishes this region is that people can freely interact and communicate through the fence, kind of fostering a vibrant and convivial environment. And those were the borders, some of the most famous borders in the world. We knew Korea was going to be on that list, right? Of course. Soinim saying they looked at Gukdeng, I can't say something maps. To have a look at the question. You might have to open the maps as well to have a look. 어머찐날님 saying Victoria Falls amazing 하네요. Wow, 생명이 하나도 없을 것 같아요. Yeah, and maybe that's how it maintains its beauty, because there are no people living there. Pengsoapanim saying, I wish the border between China and Switzerland was open, so I can meet a girl. Very romantic. For your sake, I hope the borders get eased so you can meet your love. Do anything for love. You know what they say? 국경은 사랑에 사랑에 국경이 없다고 하죠. Not the wrong way around. Yeah, lots of messages as well coming in about the North Korea-South Korea border. Interesting stuff. Yeah. If you know any more borders, or if you want to answer the question and tell me which border you want to disappear, then just send me a message. Let me know. 미역스텔리이님 saying DMZ에 가면 닉이 이야기한 대로 surreal한 느낌이에요. 말로 표현하기 어려운 복잡한 느낌이기도 해요. I can imagine that. It's got to be, you know, it's the same land, but it's, I don't know. Yeah, it's surreal. Surreal is the best feeling. I take it you've been then. That must have been an incredible experience. We're going to take a song break, and then we'll be right back. This is Heard So Good by John Mellencamp.
When I was a young boy, sipping with those young boy ways. Now that I'm getting older, so much older, I long for those young boy days with a girl like you, with a girl like you. Lord knows there are things we can do, baby. Just me and you, come on and make it up. Hurt so good. Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. Sometimes love don't feel like it should. You make it hurt so good. Don't have to be so exciting. Just trying to give myself a little bit of fun, yeah. You always look so inviting. You ain't as green as you are young. Hey, baby, it's you. Come on, girl, now it's you. Sink your teeth right through my bones, baby. Let's see what we can do. Come on and make it up. Hurt so good. Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. Sometimes love don't feel like it should. You make it hurt so good. I ain't talking no big deals. I ain't made no plans, my friend. I ain't talking no high heels. Maybe we could walk around all day long. Walk around all day long. Hurt so good. Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. Sometimes love don't feel like it should. You make it hurt so good. Hurt so good. Come on, baby, now. Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. Sometimes love don't feel like it should. You make it hurt so good. Hey, hey.
We just listened to Heard So Good by John Mellencamp. Welcome back to Midday Mate this fine Monday afternoon. By fine, I mean kind of grey,
Yeah.
but it's still fine. And it's even better because Jennifer's here.
Thank you.
Welcome to how are you doing?
I'm good. We met like half an hour over, like 40 minutes ago.
우연히 만나게 됐어요.
네, at a cafe.
At a cafe.
And thanks to you, I'm enjoying a cup of coffee.
No worries. No worries. It's
이게 네, 한턱 냈습니다.
interest will build up on that.
Yeah.
You owe me 2 tomorrow. Well, welcome to the show. You doing good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I actually like this weather. You know, it's for a change. You know.
It's nice not to have the sun scorching down on you every day.
No,
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's still, I don't know, maybe because I walk to work, so I still feel it's quite stuffy sometimes.
Okay.
I don't know, is
a
it?
bit of humidity outside?
Maybe it's lingering, or maybe because I just walked.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, anyway, today we have a question. Which 2 countries would you like the border to disappear from? 국경이 사라졌으면 하는 2 나라는 어디인가요? It can be anywhere in the world.
Of course, as Korean, well, I would say South Korea and North Korea,
Of
but
course.
it's very complex issue. It's not so
Yeah.
simple, you know.
Lots of economic questions raised.
Yeah.
Culture
If there were no
integration.
no such problems, then definitely North Korea and South Korea.
Totally understandable.
Yeah.
I know many people who would totally agree with that. Yeah.
So we don't have to feel anxious and nervous all the time.
Exactly. Now we had quite a few messages coming in talking because we were talking about borders in our last segment. 소희님 saying, Nick, 영화 GSA 보셨나요? 엄청 재미있어요. 박찬욱 감독 영화예요. Now I haven't seen it, but I know it's the South Korean, North Korean spy movie from like 2000. I've always seen the poster, but I never got around to watching it. But everyone says it's really good, so...
Okay, so now it's about time
Yeah.
you watch this movie.
Have you seen it?
Long ago.
Long ago. It came out 25 years ago, so I'll put it on my recommendation list. So thank you very much for that.
Good.
So you're here for Cultural Kaleidoscope, and this is where we get accustomed with unique and exotic and really cool cultures around the world.
Cultures are beautiful.
They are, yeah. So what's the topic for today?
So today we are talking about remedies, home remedies, those unique and sometimes surprising treatments for common ailments that are different in every country. For example, in the US, many people swear by chicken soup when they have a cold.
Is this like 민간요법 같은
네네,
거?
민간요법. But surprisingly, and interestingly, when I was growing up, most Korean adults believed that chicken could make a cold worse.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Oh, they're kind of conflicting ideas there.
And of course, there's a classic Korean remedy for indigestion, pricking your finger with a needle to let out a drop of blood.
침 맞는 건가요?
아니에요. 손을 딴다고 합니다.
Really?
네. It's definitely unique and something I
Whoa.
remember vividly. I was
You had that done to you?
yeah.
Oh, did it work?
Yeah, surprisingly it did.
Because it took the pain. The pain was in your fingernail.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
Oh, this is going to be interesting because you know, of course, Korea has its own like home remedies. The US, every country, and when you go into places like Southeast Asia, Africa, you know, every tribe, every village, every area is going to have their own unique remedies for things.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, and you think about like, I don't know, when I see dramas or movies from like 300 years ago, they have like get a rabbit's head and rub it on the wound, eat an onion under a full moon, kind of strange things.
I mean, of course, these remedies are less common nowadays, but it's still a practice that some people swear by, especially older generations.
Yeah. Okay, I'm looking forward to these.
Okay.
Yeah, where are we going?
Okay, so let's start with Germany. For
Okay,
example,
yeah.
one remedy for a cold is to put onion slices in your socks overnight.
I swear every country has something with onions from a long time ago because they're very strong and make you cry.
The
Okay.
idea is that the onions help draw out toxins. And in Mexico, people often drink a mix of honey, lemon, and a touch of tequila to soothe a sore throat. So I can hear that you have a bit of a sore throat.
A little bit, yeah.
It's quite different from what you might find in other places.
Tequila, you know, I don't think I can drink tequila. 트라우마가 생겼어요. When I was young, I used to enjoy a bit of tequila when I was younger. Don't want to touch it now. So, because, I had my fun with it.
Oh, I I can imagine. Yeah.
So interesting. I know a lot of people will drink strong alcoholic beverages to kind of because it has like 소독 kind of things in it.
맞습니다.
Right.
네네. And it's not just about effectiveness. It's all about a comforting feeling of doing something for that your family and community believe in. It's like placebo effect.
Yeah. If someone you trust, your doctor and your mother say this works, you believe it works and you'll notice some benefits.
You
maybe.
want to believe it, right?
Yeah.
And of course, sometimes these remedies sound a bit strange, but they actually have some scientific basis.
Okay.
For instance, onions have anti-inflammatory properties. 소염제 성질이 있어요. 네, which might help with symptoms like congestion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
And honey, which is used in many cultures for coughs, is known to have antimicrobial effect. 항균 효과라고 하죠. 그 항균 효과가 있습니다. So there's some wisdom behind these traditions. They are not just nonsense, you know.
Yeah, that's probably why when I had COVID back in the day, I was just drinking honey and tea and lemon every day, 24/7.
Not soju.
Not soju, no. I would have just been drunk 24/7. I was drinking a lot of honey, and
Yeah.
maybe it offers a little bit of relief, but I'm sure it helped in the long run. And it makes sense because in the UK, I hear a common remedy for the cold is something called a hot toddy. Now, you probably know better than
hot toddy,
me.
yeah.
But what is it? Whiskey, honey, and
Whiskey, honey,
Lemon.
yeah. And then people have a water bottle. Cuddle water bottle.
I think that's also because in Korea you have the ondol system, right? Which is it just keeps the house so toasty. But in England we have radiators.
Yeah,
And the
I remember
radiator
that.
is in one corner of the room. So if your bed is far away, it can still be quite cold. So some people will cuddle a hot water bottle.
we don't see that here in Korea, not so often.
Yeah. I haven't seen them being sold in shops.
You have to really do some search for it.
online shopping. Interesting stuff. We're going to go into more interesting remedies around the world after a quick song break. This is Manic Monday by Reliant K.
Already, I was just in the middle of a dream. I was kissing Valentino by a crystal blue Italian stream. And I can't be late, cause then I guess I just won't get paid. These are the days when you wish your bed was already made. It was just another manic Monday. I wish it was Sunday. Gotta be at work by 9. And if I had an airplane, I still couldn't make it on time. Cause it takes me so long just to figure out what I'm gonna wear. Blame it on the train, but the boss is already there. It was just another manic Monday. I wish it was Sunday, cause that's my fun day. Why did my lover have to pick a last night to get down? Last night, it's not enough that another manic Monday.
Tis a manic Monday indeed. That was by Reliant K. Welcoming you back to Midday Mate. We're in the middle of Cultural Kaleidoscope with Jennifer talking about some interesting home remedies. 민간 요법에 대해서 이야기하고 있는데요. We had some people's own home remedies coming in.
Oh, I'd love to know.
소이님 says 제가 잘 체하는 체질이라서 이 집에 주사기처럼 생긴 침 놓는 기구가 상비해 놓고 있어요.
오.
볼펜처럼 생겼는데 뒤에 버튼만 누르면 바늘이 나와서 이 손 쉽게 딸 수 있어요. 효과 만점이래요.
I think I've seen it before.
Looks like an injection kind of thing. And
you it's like a pen.
it's for 체하는 거? For like when you feel like indigested and stuff?
you get a drop of blood.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Actually, they say 효과 만점이라고 하셨어요.
I want to get one.
Wow, so I guess it relieves pressure. Interesting. Also saying for my voice, 도라지 차도 목에 좋다고 이 도라지랑 배랑 달여서 많이 마셔요.
네.
네 목소리는 국가 보물급이니 네, 꼭
yes,
드셔보세요.
that's right.
You know what? I really like 도라지 and 배. I've had it in the mix like 그런 즙이 있잖아요.
네네네.
It's really delicious. Thank you. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try and find it if I can. Jenny E. J. Lim, sorry. Welcome to the show. It's good to have you here. Now, where were we?
Okay, we talked about alcohol, remedies that involve alcohol.
Yes.
I mean, alcohol has been used for its sedative and disinfectant properties for ages, for a long time. And even though, of course, we have to be careful with it, like people use it in many countries.
Yeah.
And in Korea, people sometimes pour soju on a burn immediately.
On a burn?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And it is believed to help disinfect this area and reduce pain.
I guess so, because isn't soju is like the, it's like 17-18% alcohol? Yeah, so it would help.
Cleanses the wounded area.
Sure.
Yeah.
I guess that's an excuse people use when they drink it. It cleanses my stomach, right?
Yeah,
it's good for me. I guess in Russia, you know, it's vodka land, and vodka is very strong.
Yeah.
도수도 높고.
맞아요.
Yeah.
They I'm sure they use it a lot and they drink it a lot when they're feeling under the weather.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine the taste. I mean, I'm not a big fan of alcohol, so I know people like in Russia, they often drink vodka with pepper.
Oh,
But
like black pepper, 후추?
네, but I don't think I would like the taste. But it's interesting how different these approaches are with alcohol.
Yeah.
And another remedy that comes to my mind is from India, turmeric milk, or how do they call it? It's 강황, 네,
Okay.
강황 우유로 만든 건데요.
Wow.
It's become quite popular worldwide now as golden milk.
You know, turmeric is very good for you, and it gives the color and the flavor to a lot of Indian food. But I have like a bag of turmeric at home. If you get any on your skin or on your clothes, it does not come out.
I know.
It's strong.
It's strong. It's really
You
strong.
have to be very careful.
But it's often used for colds or sore muscles as a home remedy.
Awesome. We have Aningyonim messaging in saying flat ginger ale for an upset stomach was one that he heard a lot when growing up. Flat ginger ale, so like all of the 김 빠진 거,
네,
all of the
김 빠진
bubbles
거, 네.
gone, and chewing gum to alleviate ear popping on a plane.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
They say chewing gum or yawning, 하품하는
Yawning,
것도,
yeah.
and it like pops your ears. I think that helps.
And my mommy used to tell me to like go, hold your breath, you know.
Oh, hold your breath. If it's a long flight.
Yeah.
Jenny E.J. Linim saying home remedy 맞아요. 어릴 때 엄마가 손가락 따주시면 체한 게 나아졌어요.
Oh, now it's
Interesting.
it's something you can try
Yeah, maybe.
next time.
Great. So that turmeric thing is, it was
Yeah.
once a home remedy. Now it's become a trendy
Yeah,
health drink.
of course. And a lot of these traditional remedies have crossed over into the mainstream health world.
Yes.
Like turmeric milk. It's a great example of a cultural exchange. And there is also Japan's umeboshi. Pickled plum, which is used to treat hangovers and digestive issues.
You know what I love about Korea and I guess Japan? They have a lot of hangover remedies.
Yeah.
I don't get hangovers because I don't drink much, but I just love if you go to any convenience store, they have all of these
Hangover
remedies.
Yeah. And this umeboshi is incredibly sour, but it's believed to have a detoxifying effect.
Well, they say, the 입에 쓴 약이 더 몸에 좋다고 하죠.
오, 네.
So I
네,
guess
perfect.
the sourer,
example.
the bitterer it is going to be more effective.
네, 맞습니다. And it's fascinating to think about how many of these remedies are tried to what's available. It's tied to what's available locally.
Right.
Maybe if it's not available in Korea, you cannot really try it, right?
Right, yeah.
It has to be available. So, for example, in Nigeria, people often use bitter leaf extract for stomach problems. So, bitter herbs are quite common in traditional African medicine, and they seem to work well for certain conditions.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. And it's a good point. Remedies, like you said, really do reflect the local culture and the environment. So what about Korea? Besides the finger pricking thing, and that a lot of people seem to have experience with, are there any other interesting remedies?
Okay. One remedy that's quite common is drinking 생강차. Ginger tea.
Oh, I love ginger tea.
I love it as well. For colds or an upset stomach, ginger is believed to warm the body and improve circulation. If you have a cold hands, cold feet, it's good to drink ginger tea regularly.
I have pretty bad, 수족냉증?
네, circulation.
I always have cold hands and then cold feet as well.
Oh, okay.
Maybe this will help. I need to drink more of it.
And people eat a lot of 삼계탕, which is a ginseng chicken soup.
Yeah.
Especially during the hot summer days. It's a way to replenish energy.
Yeah, I'm on the fence about that. I like samgyetang a lot, but I would never eat it in the summer. I would die, I think. But for me, it's got the thing, if it's winter, it's freezing cold. You know how in winter it's really nice to drink 어묵 국물? It's the
맞아요.
best. For me, I kind of...
오뎅탕.
Yeah, like samgyetang is when it's a cold day, I love to eat it because it warms me up. I don't personally prescribe to the whole 이열치열 philosophy, but I know many people do. So, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, fighting heat with heat.
Yeah, exactly.
The idea is that eating something hot helps balance your body temperature with the heat outside. So it's a way to prevent your body from feeling weak in the summer.
Right, yeah.
So I think if you live here for another 10 years, so you might fully understand and get used to 이열치열.
For sure. I like, it's the reason I think we eat ice cream in the summer. Because it's cool and refreshing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's interesting because it shows how cultural beliefs shape what people think is good for their health.
It's amazing to see how, despite all our differences, there's a common theme of trying to take care of our bodies, our health, with what's around us. What's available around us. Whether it's a bowl of chicken soup, a glass of turmeric milk, or even onions in socks, each remedy has a story behind it.
For sure. We had a message from Jenny E.J. Lim saying 그리스 친구가 감기 걸렸을 때 먹는 닭죽을 만드는 걸 봤는데 꼭 우리나라 닭죽 같더라고요. 라고 하셨어요.
Oh, okay.
I guess, chicken... It seems to be very common in many cultures. America, chicken noodle soup.
Yeah, chicken noodle soup.
In England, we have just chicken soup without the noodles. Greece as well, and Korea with dakjuk. So there's a lot of similarities, I think, which is really interesting. Yeah.
And it's about the connection to family, culture, and the belief that you're taking action to heal yourself. So
For sure.
We have some similarities and some differences.
Yeah, and that's amazing, right?
Yeah.
If I ever went to another country, I would be really interested to try their herbal remedies, if it's safe, scientifically
And
tested.
aroma oil and all that.
I like that stuff. Really interesting as always. Today we talked about home remedies. As the weather is getting colder, I'm sure more people will want some of these home remedies to get rid of their colds, to make them feel a bit warmer inside.
Oh,
So,
yeah. I had a lot of fun as well, always, as always. And who knows, maybe next time you're feeling under the weather, you might just try onions in your socks.
Hey!
Oh, I'll be smelling it.
The smell has got to be so gross, but props to those Germans out there.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much, Jennifer,
Thank
and
you.
we'll see you next week.
Will do. Bye-bye.
We're going to wrap up the first half here, but don't go anywhere because we'll be back very soon. Our final song is going to be Remedy by Seether. We'll see you at 1.
as they take up to 500 years to break down. Here is how we can cut down on disposable products. First, use tumblers and mugs instead of plastic or paper cups. When you go grocery shopping, bring a reusable bag so you won't have to ask for a plastic one. At home, instead of reaching for single-use paper towels or wet wipes, use rags and towels. These small steps for the environment can have a big impact on planet Earth. This campaign was brought to you by BEFM Busan 영어방송.
엄마, 나 용돈 좀 올려줘.
이거 친구가 준 거예요.
아이들의 일상을 관심 있게 들여다보면 도박으로 힘겨워하는 아이들의 구조 신호가 들립니다. 다양한 형태로 드러나는 청소년 도박. 그들의 구조 신호에 응답해주세요. 공익광고협의회.
The time is now 1 o'clock.
We just listened to Steal Away by Robbie Dupree. Now, Robbie Dupree, didn't have a record label when he actually recorded this song. He included it on a 5-song demo that he shopped to record companies. But unfortunately, he found no takers. No one would take his music. He was short on cash, so he took a job loading carpet on trucks. A few months later, he finally got an offer after the brother of the drummer on his demo played it for an executive at Elektra who wasn't impressed with Steal Away but liked another song on the tape. Now, Steal Away was the first single. It was a substantial hit. It climbed to number 6 in the US, but it had incredible staying power, getting constant airplay even generations later. Welcome back, everyone, to Midday Mate. It's 1:04 in the afternoon. You're live in the studio in Busan this Monday afternoon. You're listening to us on BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM in the Gijang, Dongguan and Noksan areas. I am your host, Nick. And I know lunchtime is over. Do you know how I know it's over? Because during the song break, between the first and second half, I went to the bathroom and there were a lot of people in there brushing their teeth. So there's something I only see in Korea, maybe some other countries, but it made me chuckle because several people in there, crowding the sink, brushing their teeth. I thought, I guess lunchtime is over. Everyone's trying to get the smell out, right? Fascinating stuff. Anyway, I hope you're having a good day so far. It's a nice Monday afternoon. Hope you're feeling great. We've got some listeners coming into the show. 최우 형님, welcome, my friend. It's good to see you. Dana M님, welcome to the show. 절단 TV님 as well, saying 안녕하세요, 반가워요. Welcome, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day. In the first half, we were talking about home remedies, different cultures, and Greece, or someone mentioned here Greece-eat chicken porridge kind of food. We talked about Germany with onions in their socks, Nigeria with, I can't remember what Jennifer said, but I have it all down. There were lots of interesting things people do to feel better. And Korea is full of all of these 민간요법들, right? It's pretty incredible. Pengsu Appanim also saying that they have cold hands and cold feet. 수족 냉증에 걸린다고 하셨어요. So they don't drink alcohol, they just drink coffee after getting a certain illness. That's good that you pay attention to your health and you listen to your body, my friend. I hope you keep staying healthy because that's very, very important. Dan Mnim saying, welcome. I'm happy to listen to great songs with Nick and mates. It's good to have you, mate. I'm glad you're enjoying this. We have Soinim saying, 영국이나 미국은 공공 화장실에서 양치 잘 안 하죠? 닉은 처음에 이 문화 충격 받으셨을 것 같아요. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a huge deal, but in England, I've never seen anyone bust out their toothbrush and start brushing away. But to be honest, it might be better because, if you have lunch when you're at work, the rest of the day, your breath is going to smell like a tuna sandwich or whatever you've eaten, right? I think it makes sense to brush your teeth. I think it's cool. It's considerate. It means you're conscious about how your breath smells. And if you're talking to someone, if you're having business meetings all day, shaking hands with people, just brush your teeth. So at first, it was a little bit surprising, but it makes sense. So, I like it. I don't do it myself. I wait till I go home, but maybe I should. Anyway, I'm going to tell you what's coming up in today's show. We've got today's quote, where we introduce encouraging quotes from famous people. After that, bite-sized banter will follow, where we have daily fun conversations with a theme, and Kimberly brings us something interesting to talk about. Don't Make a Scene is after that, where we introduce useful English expressions after listening to a short clip. And then we have Change Up, where we introduce one sentence by changing it into various sentences with the same meaning. And of course, I'll be checking your messages throughout the show. Today's question of the day, which two countries do you wish the borders would disappear from? 국경이 사라졌으면 하는 두 나라는 어디인가요? 오늘의 질문입니다. It can be South Korea and North Korea. It can be any other country. I saw earlier on Soinim mentioning Israel and Palestine. Yeah, if any countries need more peace, it would be those countries, I think. We're all praying for a solution, of course. We've got 최승님, welcome to the show, saying good afternoon. Neil님 saying 독일, 프랑스 등 맛있는 음식이 많은 두 나라들 국경이 없어져서 더욱 쉽게 왔다 갔다 하며 음식으로 하나가 되었으면 좋겠네요. 그럼 축제도 같이 할 수 있겠네요. That's good. Yeah. Germany and France. They join their power together. We could have baguettes and beer. Those are the two foods that I can think of. German sausages, of course. German bratwurst and croissants in France. Mix them together. You'll have European superfoods. On that note, I think Italy and France, I think they're connected. Yeah. Italy and France, they join. That would be incredible. That would be amazing. You know, Italy, some of my favorite food. Some of it indeed. Chae Sung-nim saying, rinsing my mouth is enough for me if I'm not at home. So Chae Sung-nim doesn't brush their teeth outside, but rinsing. I think rinsing is good with water or with mouthwash. Maybe taking a bit of mouthwash will be good and quick and simple. I know some department stores, they give mouthwash in the bathrooms, which is really cool, I think. Anyway, you can send all of your messages to pound 9050, 샵 9050, which will cost you 101, a Kakao Talk message. Just search for BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. You can send us messages for free that way. You can also download the smartphone app. Once again, just search for BEFM or 부산영어방송 in any app store. Leave us comments. Say hi. Even better, go to YouTube, type in BEFM, go to the YouTube page. Live right now, we are. And you can see me live in the studio, and you can also talk with our wonderful mates here, having a good time, making the most of a Monday. We're going to take a quick song break, and we'll be back with today's quote. This is Time of the Season by the Zombies.
It's the time of the season when love runs high. In this time, give it to me easy and let me try with pleasured hands to take you in the sun to promised lands, to show you everyone. It's the time of the season for loving. What's your name? Who's your daddy? He rich. Is he rich like me? Has he take us anytime to show you what you need to live? Tell it to me slowly. Tell you why I really want to know. It's the time of the season for love. What's your name? Who's your daddy? He rich. Is he rich like me? Has he taken anytime to show you what you need to live? Tell it to me slowly. Tell you why I really want to know. It's the time of the season for love.
We just listened to Not Cheating on You, Time of the Season by the Zombies. Oh no, I gave away one of the next songs, maybe. Anyway, welcome back. It is time for today's quote. And this is where we introduce a quote, an encouraging quote from famous people, influential people, quotes that really should make you think, make you reflect, and hopefully challenge your understandings and your values. Hopefully. Today we have a quote from, I think, a name everybody knows, at least everybody who was born past 2016, I guess. It was a former president of the United States, Barack Obama, who I think has one of the coolest voices I've ever heard. You know, he's on the level of like James L. Jones, a very iconic voice. And so this quote is by former US President Barack Obama. We are defined not by our borders, but by our bonds. We are defined not by our borders, but by our bonds. I wish I had his, iconic voice, like, we are defined not by our borders, but by our bonds. That was pretty bad, but that was the best American accent I could do. Anyway, this is a remark from President Obama at the official arrival ceremony of the Mexican president on the 19th of May, 2010. So this was 2 years into his original presidency. Now, this is what he said. On behalf of Michelle, myself, and the American people, it is my great honor to welcome our neighbor, friend, and partner, President Calderon, along with First Lady Margarita Zavala, and members of the Mexican delegation. Welcome to the United States. President Calderon was the first foreign leader that I met after my election, and this visit is an opportunity to return the extraordinary warmth and hospitality that the President, the First Lady, and the people of Mexico have shown to me during my visits to Mexico, as well as to Michelle during her first solo international trip as First Lady. Finally, Mr. President, your visit speaks to a truth of our time in North America and the world. In the 21st century, we are defined not by our borders, but by our bonds. So I say to you and the Mexican people, let us stand together. Let us face the future together. Let's work together. And that was by Barack Obama. I can imagine it. I didn't see this quote. I didn't hear this speech when he was reading it, but I can imagine, Barack Obama, he had a very welcoming demeanor. He was very well-spoken, very articulate, and he had a great voice to top it off. So this is a great quote, especially for today, when we're talking about borders around the world. We are defined not by our borders, but by our bonds. So borders can, they're used to separate, but our bonds are used to bring us together. A great quote by Barack Obama. And that was today's quote. Hopefully that meant something to you. We're going to take a song break. We have a request song from Benny Nim. This is Just For You, My Friend. Breakaway by Big Mama.
이젠 날 다 잊어줘 나를 버리고 살아가줘 가져간 내 사랑을 내게 돌려줘
차라리 떠났다면 차라리 죽었다면 어쩔 수 없이 참을 텐데 이대로 견디기가 너무 힘들어 단 한 번 나를 봐주기를 말을 해주기를 예전처럼 단 한 번만 그렇게 너를 기다리고 너를 사랑해왔는데
맘 편하게 널 떠나 행복하게 이제 내 안에 너를 버려 널 위해 힘들었던 지난 날은 지웠어 우연히 나를 보더라도 나를 지나쳐줘 너를 잊은 나를 위해 날 위해 혹시 너 말을 걸어와도 나는 모른 채 할 테니 Break away No I can't wait 내가 널 보내줄게 편하게 I make my way I throw my pain 이제 난 너 없이도 살 수 있게 갑자기 네가 또 생각나 널 떠난 너란 널 잊고서 내가 널 찾아도 넌 모르는 척 누굴 찾아왔냐고 또 다시 날 돌아서줘 I make my way I throw my pain 다시 널 나라고 살 순 없어 Break away No I can't wait No I can't 이제 날 다 버리고 떠나줘 I make my way I throw my pain 처음부터 넌 없었던 사람처럼 Break away
Welcome back to Midday Mate. We have no, that was a weird way to start. Okay. All right, let's just go straight to it. Kimberly, hello, welcome.
Hello, how are you?
I'm not doing great now. I've never pop-up like that while introducing bite-sized banter. I guess it's Monday and I'm nervous about the week. There you go. That's my excuse. How you doing?
Good. I'm glad that the weather is getting cooler.
Yeah, you are. I know you are, because I know you're not a fan of that summer heat. We're opposite.
Yes.
I love the summer heat. But, no one's right or wrong.
Welcome in the fall. I love it.
I do like the autumn, and this kind of cooler weather is very welcome in some points, particularly if I'm outdoors walking. I like to walk, and if I'm honest, in the summer, it does get quite sweaty.
Right.
But in the fall, in the autumn, it is really nice to take a walk to work, back from work, anywhere, really.
Yeah.
So, what are we going to talk about for Bite-Sized Banter today?
Today's question is, do you prefer the mountain or the sea? And I will start first.
Yeah.
Between the two, although I love both, I would have to choose the sea.
Okay.
Because actually from where I grew up, there was nothing around. There wasn't an ocean around, there wasn't a mountain around or anything.
Where did you grow up?
In Maryland,
Okay.
in the suburbs.
Is that a landlocked state?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, it has a little bit of water over to the east, but it's far away from my house. So
Okay. Is it a lake or a sea?
it's the Atlantic. Wait, is it the Atlantic?
Oh, yeah, the Atlantic Ocean.
Yes.
Oh, Maryland's on the East Coast.
Yes, we have the Chesapeake Bay over there.
Okay.
But we never go.
Okay. So because of this, you like the sea?
Yes, because I've been, what's the word? I haven't had enough water in my life.
Oh, you don't have enough water in your life.
Yes.
So you can't drink the ocean water.
Of course.
But so you're not a fan of the mountains, or you just like them less?
Right now, I do live near Cheongsan. So I love going up Cheongsan. We go, my husband and I go up, and there's the 운동장 up there. We see all the older people, hitting their backs on the big piece of log.
Yes, on the. I assume you see lots of 산사장.
Yes.
Yeah, lots of. I love the Korean people, when they get older, they really work on their health. And they're really focused on keeping their muscles active. In the UK, you don't see a lot of that. Maybe older people will take a walk, but they certainly don't hike. At least from what I see. Yeah.
Yes. But again, so living near Changsan, it's great, but I would rather, instead of walking up to the 운동장, up the mountain, I would definitely choose walking at Haeundae Beach.
Is that your favorite beach?
Yes.
Why?
So let me compare. Songjeong, I like it because there's not many people.
Right.
However, I feel like the walk from the start to the finish of the beach is very short.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Haeundae is long, and I can also go around Dongbekseom, which I love. That's like the dessert of the whole walk.
Yeah, the cherry on top, right?
And then Gwanghwaneoli, it's just too crowded for me.
You know, back in my day, back 10 years ago, Gwanghwaneoli was hip, but it was kind of like hipster hip. Not everyone went to Haeundae back at that point, so it was a few cool bars, not that many people on the beaches, and I loved it. Now it's changed a lot. It's kind of become Busan's 대표 해수욕장.
It has.
And while it's great for business, and it certainly is a spectacle to see, especially at nighttime with the Gwanghwaneol, with its, renovated lights,
right?
All of the restaurants, music blaring,
the drone show.
It doesn't have the same, tranquil charm it used to have. So my favorite beach is now probably Songjeong or Daepo.
I've never been to Daepo. But isn't that far from here? I don't even know where it is on the map.
It is. It's towards Sasang 쪽. So it's further than Sasang, but that kind of west. It's beautiful. Honestly, I've been to a few countries, but I would say the sunset in Daepo might be the most beautiful I've ever seen.
Ooh,
it is incredible.
I must go.
It's a very flat beach, and the water kind of melts into the sand. It's really unique. I also like Ilgwang and Ilmyeong.
Oh,
they're quiet.
Yes, I've only been to Ilgwang for a restaurant, and I've seen the beach, but I didn't go there.
Oh, I mean, one of them does have the power plant there, which can look a little bit unsightly. But you know what? There are less people there. It's not as crowded in the summer. The beaches are fairly warm. So I recommend those. To answer your question, I'm definitely an ocean person.
I can tell.
I do love the mountains. Just something about having the mountains behind you or surrounding you is really cool. It's like you're being hugged by mountains. But England is very flat-landed.
Right.
So I do prefer seeing the horizon and being near the water as well.
Right. I think there are pros and cons to both. Well, actually, I think there are pros for both. It just depends which one has more.
For sure. I love the smell of seaweed, like the sea seaweed. Yeah, something about it. It smells quite strong, but it's comforting at the same time. Yeah.
The sound of people laughing and, playing volleyball.
Yeah.
Stepping on the sand with your bare toes. I love it all.
Good stuff. I'm very grateful to live in this city, to be honest. Thank you very much, Kimberly, for bringing us this question for Bite-Sized Banter. Everyone listening, do you prefer the mountain or the sea? Do you like them both equally, or do you hate both? If you do, tell me where you love. I'll see you tomorrow, Kimberly.
See you tomorrow.
Bye. Wow, listening back to that, I got quite excited. I have no idea why. I guess I love the sea. So do you prefer the mountains or the sea? That was the topic we were talking about. Aningyonim says, why settle for one or the other when Busan provides both? Right, yeah, Busan has both great mountains, great oceans. We get the best of both worlds for sure. Omonalnim saying, I prefer the mountains to the sea and walking on dirt under the shade of a tree, breathing fresh air is so therapeutic. 주말엔 산으로. Oh, you know what, I do really enjoy this, the mountains too. And what you say is correct. When you get higher up the mountain, the fresh air starts to feel really good in your lungs. Yeah, so I definitely feel you for that. Let's have a look here. We have 소희님 saying, 바다랑 산이 같이 있으면 더할 나위 없이 좋겠네요. 영국에 그런 곳 많던데요. 절벽 같은 곳에 위치한 바다. Yeah, if you go towards the White Cliffs of Dover, southeast, there are those cliffs and stuff. It's really cool. Where I am from, in England, 거의 다 평지거든요. So There are no mountains. There are hills, like rolling hills. But if you want good mountains, you have to kind of go to the middle of the country. It's not like Korea, where Korea is basically all mountains, right? And I guess that's why apartments are built up to kind of get away from that lack of land area. But it has its beauty, and flat land and mountainous land, they both have their beauty for sure. So where do you prefer? Let me know. Also saying 다대포 sunset 꼭 한번 보고 싶어요. I totally recommend it if you get the chance. It's really, really pretty, for sure. All right, we're going to take a song break and then we'll be back. We got a request song from Jenny E.J. Leenim. This is Memory by Elaine Page.
Let the memory
That epic song was Memory by Elaine Page, requested by Jenny E.J. Leenim. After that, listening to that song, I feel inspired, ready to take on the world. What a great uplifting song. Thank you very much. It is now time for our next segment. What is it? I forgot. Don't make a scene. Now, this is where we make a scene out of a movie or a TV show. And we divide it into 5 days and we learn one expression or one sentence from each part of the scene. And then by the end of the week, by Friday, that is where we complete the scene and we can understand that scene a little bit better. Last week, we did the movie About Time, the romantic sci-fi movie, a lovely movie if you haven't seen it. Before that, we've done other classics. We did Breaking Bad, The Simpsons, Monsters, Inc., and ding, 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 stuff like that. This week, we got another movie. I chose a movie as well, and I chose a very, very famous movie. I'll give you a hint. It is a horror/thriller movie. Now, we're going to take a listen to the clip. If you can guess it, let me know. Let's take a listen.
I'm so sorry, Anna. I just can't seem to keep track of time. And I didn't have a very good session today. They're both so similar. Same mannerisms, same expressions, same things hanging over their head. I think it might be some kind of abuse. Cole has scratches on his arm. I think they might be fingernail cuts, defensive cuts maybe, I don't know. Maybe a teacher or a neighbor. Maybe he's just a kid who likes to climb trees a lot. Anna, I know that I've been a little distant. I know that it makes you mad. I just feel like I'm being given a second chance and I don't want it to slip away.
All right, that was the clip. Just one guy speaking, but he's not alone in this scene. The man, he is talking to his wife in a restaurant, but his wife is not listening to him, and he keeps speaking. Do you know this movie? 혹시 영화를 아시는 분이 있나요? 계시나요? Let me know. Give you a hint. The actor is, okay, Soinim says, Kevin에 대해요? No, it's not. We need to talk about Kevin. Good guess, because that's a messed up movie. Lee Kelly and him saying, I know. Then tell me, what do you think? I'll give you a hint. The actor is none other than Bruce Willis. Yeah, there you go. 안은경님 got it straight away. saying, 육감이 있대요. There's your hint. 육감이 있어요. Do you know that? What is this movie? It is, of course, The Sixth Sense. There you go, 원만날님. Yeah, Sixth Sense. Classic. M. Night Shyamalan. His, he makes these movies with fantastic twists. Actually, M. Night Shyamalan, he's for me, this is personally, I'm no hate. He's a very hit and miss director, in my opinion. He makes classics like The Sixth Sense, The Visit, movies like that. But then he makes movies like Trap. And, his latest movie is Trap that came out. I watched it. Personally, I wasn't that impressed. Did anyone else like it? Have you seen the movie Trap? Yeah. I was expecting one of his great twists. Didn't come. So, yeah. If you liked it, then, you're not wrong. It's an opinion, of course. But I'm quite a fan of Shyamalan, and I love this movie, The Sixth Sense. Now, you might have noticed I didn't use the famous scene where Cole, the little boy, says, I see dead people. Because I wanted to. Because it's such an epic scene in cinema history, but there aren't that many useful, interesting expressions. It's just, I see dead people all the time. Couldn't really dissect that, so I had to choose another scene. And this scene is great too. So, the first clip, the first sentence we're going over is, I can't seem to keep track of time. I can't seem to keep track of time. So when you say, I can't seem to do something, 못합니다. 못하는 것 같아요. I can't do it. I can't seem to do it. I'm incapable of doing it. And then keep track of time. Keep track of time. 직역을 하자면 시간을 추적하다 라는 번역이 나오는데요. 근데 시간이 빨리 가는 줄 모른다라는 뜻이죠. When you track time, you're making sure you don't miss it. 시간을 안 놓치기 위해서 막 집중하는 거죠. So you don't miss the time, keeping track of time. But he says, I can't seem to keep track of time. Another example, I can't seem to keep track of time when I'm playing computer games. 난 컴퓨터 게임 할 때 시간이 어떻게 이렇게 빨리 가는지 몰라. I can't keep track of time. Time goes so quickly. I'm just not very good at tracking the time. It's an interesting expression. So I can't seem to keep track of time. 요즘 시간이 어떻게 가는지 전혀 모르겠다. I have no idea. 소희님 saying, 닉 연기에도 소질이 있나 봐요. Nah. I wish. You know, when I was a kid, I did like to act in, high school and stuff, but I'm not that good. So let's listen to that sentence one more time.
I just can't seem to keep track of time.
Yeah. I like Bruce Willis because he just sounds tired all the time in this movie. I can't seem to keep track of time. But there's a reason. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm sure everybody knows this movie, right? 혹시 모르는 분이 계시나요? I'm not going to spoil the ending. If you haven't seen it, go watch it because it's such an epic movie with great twists. It always freaks people out. S-Ducknim messaging in saying, I can see dead people. The Sixth Sense, right? Yeah. Classic movie. And that was today's first episode of The Sixth Sense, Don't Make a Scene. Each day of this week, we're going to be going over the other sentences, the other parts, because there are some interesting expressions in this clip. We're going to take a quick song break, and then we'll be back with Change Up. This is My City Was Gone by The Pretenders.
All my favorite places, my city had been pulled down, reduced to parking spaces. Hey, where to go, Ohio? Was gone. I stood on the back porch. There was nobody home. I was stunned and amazed. My childhood memories sort of swirled past like the wind through the trees. Hey, where to go, Ohio? To Ohio, but my pretty countryside had been paved down the middle by a government that had no pride.
the farms of Ohio have been replaced by shopping malls, and music filled the air from Seneca to Cuyahoga Falls. Said, hey, oh, way to go, Ohio.
We listened to My City Was Gone by The Pretenders, welcoming you back to Midday Mate on this fine Monday. This fine, slightly grey, but nonetheless very fine Monday. It's 1:46 in the afternoon, and we did just come back from Don't Make a Scene, going over the sixth sense, and we went over the expression, I can't seem to keep track of time. Keeping track of time, very important. If you're a working person or you've got lots of schedules, sometimes 정신이 너무 없어서 I can't keep track of time, I'm missing everything, time goes so fast, you know. We had Soinim saying, when I listen to Midday Mate every day from noon to 2, I can't seem to keep track of time. I like that. Thank you very much. 오늘 멋진 날님 saying, 정말 Midday Mate만 듣고 있다간 인생이 통째로 순식간에 날아가는 기분이에요. 우리들의 행복한 시간, the Midday Mate. Oh, that's so nice to hear. I'm very glad that you think that. But don't let your life fly by you. Enjoy it. Oh, I'm sure you're enjoying it listening, but thank you very much. 팽수아빠님 생 유용한 정보를 exchange 할 수 있는 이곳은 바로 Midday Mate죠. I'm loving this. Thanks for the love, guys. Makes me feel very happy. Right, coming up next, we got Change Up, and this is where we introduce one sentence and then we change it into various other sentences with the same meaning, but with a bit of different vocabulary. So, today's sentence is, let's stay together. Let's stay together. Very short, very sweet. Maybe you're saying this to, I don't know, maybe, here's a scenario. Maybe your girlfriend or your boyfriend is splitting up with you. 헤어지자 라고 했는데, and you say, no, let's stay together. 헤어지지 말자. Don't leave me. 날 떠나지 마. Then, if you want to say that, you can say, let's stay together. Or, you could say, I guess, okay, I've got a list here. And these are very good alternatives, but they don't fit with the scenario I just made up. But I'll read them anyway. So we have, let's stay together, or let's remain united. That's very epic. It's very, let's remain united. Yeah, I wouldn't say that if someone was leaving me. If someone was like saying, let's split up, I wouldn't say, let's remain united. But I would say, let's stay together. Yeah. But it's another way you can say it, maybe in another situation. Let's remain united. Maybe if you're in a football team and your team is arguing, like, oh, no, we should have done it this way. No, you're doing it wrong. 왜 그렇게 했어? And you're fighting. Maybe you can say, hey, guys, or girls, let's remain united. 싸우지 말자. Let's remain united. You could also say, let's stick together. Let's stick together and be a team. Maybe if somebody is leaving you to, just temporarily, maybe they're getting on the train and they're going back to Seoul or wherever they're going, and you're worried you might not be able to see them for a long time, you can say, let's stay connected. Or let's keep up with each other. Let's maintain our connection. Or, even better, let's keep in contact. Let's keep in contact. So those are some ways that you can change this one. Let's stay together. We're going to take a quick song break. Let's Stay Together by Al Green.
I'm so in love with you. Whatever you want to do is alright with me. 'Cause you make me feel so brand new. And I want to spend my life with you. And they say sing, baby, since we've been together. Ooh, loving you forever is what I need. Let me be the one you come running to. I'll never be untrue. Oh, baby, let's stay together. Loving you weather times are good and bad, happy or sad. Yeah. Whether times are good or bad, happy or sad. Why people break up? Oh, and turn around and make up. I just came to see you'd never do that to me, would you, baby? Being around you is all I see, is what I want us to do. We ought to stay together, loving you weather times are good and bad, happy or sad. Come on, let's stay together, loving you weather.
That was Let's Stay Together by Al Green. And that was also the phrase that we were changing, Let's Stay Together. Some variations, which was summarized nicely by Pingsu Appanim, thank you, saying, let's stay together. 우리 헤어지지 말자. Let's remain united. 싸우지 말자. Let's remain united. Yeah, really good ways to summarize that and use them in different scenarios. They're very similar in meaning, but they will be used slightly differently. And the time is now 1:53, almost 1:54 in the afternoon. We've got to wrap up, but don't worry, because tomorrow we'll be back on a Tuesday. I'm hoping the weather gets a little bit better, because even though I'm inside and I'm dry, looking out of the window and seeing the sun makes me feel a bit better. And I think we can all feel kind of similar, right? We're going to wrap things up. I've been Nick. This has been Midday Mate, and I'll see you tomorrow. Our final song is going to be Great DJ by the Ting Tings. Everybody, have a wonderful afternoon.
the drums, the drums, the drums.